in RYU, you are the dragon RYU is returning after many years of slumber, and so there are. This is the planet of Titan, and it has been flooded, and the flood has created 9 different islands, and so the islands will be separated out among the board, like so. And usually they will just be put out randomly each time that you play. So 9 different islands, and some of them are player islands that have certain special abilities on them. I think all of these are is that 9? Everybody is going to start on their own sort of home world. So each dragon has their own home world to start on. And as the game progresses, you're going to move around this island and execute actions, or you're going to execute an action and then move as you go along. Now, the different actions that you can do are what you're going to do mostly early in the game is you are going to do exploration, because this game, the goal of it is to be the first person to construct your entire dragon statue. Because what we want to do when RYU returns, we want to please him with the best dragon statue. So he is going to be either happy with our performance or not so happy. So everybody starts off with their own sort of unique dragon statue that they're going to do. And so a statue will look something
it's printed here on the
yeah, on the inside of the mats it's printed, so you can sort of see how they all look. Let me
a sketch of it.
Yeah.
You have to build like this, and you have like others.
Cool. Yeah, and each dragon has their own sort of like setup. I don't know how this one goes, but yeah, like that. Something along these lines. Anyway.
Picked up the hardest one.
Yeah, I picked up the hardest one, just for a challenge. Just for a challenge. Each round, you are trying to either explore or execute one of the actions at one of the specialty places, like this. So like, hey, there we go, we did it. And that's the game. It's just a puzzle.
It's a puzzle.
Yeah, exactly.
In a code box.
Exactly. So, so movement around the board means moving 0 to 2 spaces, and then executing an action, or executing an action and moving 0 to 2 spaces, or you can move up to 4 spaces around the board, but no action included. Okay. So an action would be like the most common action you're going to do is you're going to explore. So you're going to explore your opponent's islands. So this you can move in either direction. So this guy might go like this, and he might explore this other island. Okay, this other person's island. So to explore an island, you must spend 1 yellow cube, which is the most common cube in the game. We flip this over because it's been explored right now. He gains a merchant token, which can be used for paying for things later in the game. And then he's going to flip one of these coins. So everybody has one of these tokens. Okay, this is the exploration token. And what happens is I'm going to flip it, and if it comes up 5 or 4, those are the 2 different sides. So if it comes up as a 5, or if it comes up as a 4, I'll explain first. So I'm going to take 4. There's more than just yellow in there.
Yeah, 4 cubes out of the bag.
4 cubes out of the bag, and then I'm going to take the first one, and if that's your island, then you're going to take the next 2, and I'm going to take the last one. So you want people to explore your island because you get a benefit for doing nothing. Okay, you get a bonus like that. Now, if it comes up with the 5 cubes, then the person whose island it is going to split them, and then the other person is going to take first. So you could split it 4 and 1 if you wanted to. If you really want the purple, then you might do it that way. But you're probably going to split it somewhat equally, like that. Okay. And then now that island has been explored, and it cannot be explored again until it's flipped back over. Okay. So this island will stay face down until a 5th island is flipped over. As soon as the 5th island is flipped over, then all the other islands are flip back. So there will be 1 down and then 4 back over again. So through your exploration, what you're going to do is everybody has the same cost for the different stages of the dragon. So in fact, the dragons will start like on this side because we haven't constructed them yet. And as we construct the different parts, they'll get flipped over.
So this is kind of the setup we start.
This is the start setup. Yeah, and we have that in front of us. So, and everybody with their own unique dragons, and they come together in lots of different ways. And like you can see, it's got the
So
different.
this is the start, and this is the
Exactly.
finish.
That's what you're trying to do at the finish. So, stage A is always going to cost for everybody either 3 orange, 3 blue, or 3 purple, and then 1 of each, and then 3, and then 1 of each, and then the last one is 1 of each plus 2 of the yellow. Okay. Now,
So I need to get the cubes.
you need to get the cubes. That is the big important thing. Now, there's lots of different ways to go around the board. So, for example, we've got like the Smuggler's location here. So this, you can pay 1 of your Merchant's Guild to flip over a tile. Okay. So if I am blue and my thing is flipped over, well, nobody can visit that until everybody has gone around and done more visiting. But I can spend 1 cube to get it flipped over so that people can come back to my island, which is what they want. Or if purple is beating everybody and he's the only one who's got an island up, I might flip it over so that nobody can go to his island and give him more cubes along the way. So there are ways to manipulate the board. Now, the Smuggler Token, you get that through various different things that you'll do. You can spend a Smuggler's Token here, and when you do that, everybody has to lift up their screen, and anybody who has more than 4 cubes behind their screen has to discard down to 4, and then you can take 1 of those discarded tokens. So there's ways of like slowing people down in that sense. Now, one really interesting thing that happens throughout the course of the game is in this bag, there is, there is 1 white cube, which represents like this crystallized tear of a dragon that happened years ago.
Very rare.
Very rare, exactly. As soon as this comes out, we start a dragon bidding. So everybody is going to, behind the screen, choose how many cubes they want to bid, and you flip them over, and whoever has bid the most is going to get to just automatically flip the next stage of their dragon. Now, whoever has the white cube must use it in the bid. Okay, it must be used because it'll always go back in the bag. That's it. It's very simple. So I consider it kind of set collection, of course, but also action selection, because as you move around the board, you're deciding where you want to go.
And you only can move 1 or 2 steps, so it's not like I'm doing that.
Or 4, but you don't get an action there.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So an action can be either like an exploration action or one of the special actions of those locations,
Right.
or an action can be spending cubes to reveal, like building a stage of your dragon. So that's the basic idea of RYU.
Cool.
It plays in about 45 minutes, and it can start very quickly at times until people start to catch on of how you can slow other people down. And like it is a lot of beat up the leader. But 2 to 5 players, so it's good. I think it'll be better with more players. Like the more players that we have in the game, the more
fun.
like this is a game of a bit of chaos, and so the more we have in there, I think the better it's going to be. But maybe like 3 to 4, sweet spot.